house, it's hard to find oil-based paint.
Cliff, you survived the first day.
What? Yeah, I checked on your boy. He did great.
Wow, man.
I was there at the dismissal. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
All the kids were still smiling. No one was crying, so we'll take that as a win.
All right, we're gonna open, it's August 24th, with pledge and short devotion. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for the sunshine that you've sent to us, and we thank you so much for keeping all of our employees safe over this last couple of weeks. And we pray that you be with them as they move forward to help serve our community to the best of their ability. Amen. So have you had a chance to look at the agenda?
Yeah, I need the executive session right at the beginning of the road report.
At the road report.
Before, what Rudy said.
Well, right when it started.
Okay. And then I do have one thing on your old business, one of those grants you had me look at.
And I'll add something for cot batteries to fire once I find the email.
Okay. Anything, Brian?
No.
Okay. Have you had a chance to review the minutes from August 10th?
Trustee Kerr moves to accept them as presented.
Trustee Varian, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a treasurer's report that spanned August 11th through August 24th. Have you had a chance to review that?
Trustee Varian moves to accept as presented.
Trustee Kerr, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we're going to move on to public speaks. First one on our list, Tyler Palm.
This is something I wanted to address with the trustees. So obviously I'm a member of the fire department and I live in the village. I received a phone call from State Farm. They were doing some auditing and updating of policies. And I run emergency calls in my personal vehicle. So in talking with our home policy and our automotive policies, I just said, yeah, just out of curiosity, I'm getting ready to put some lights on my truck. They're gonna cost $1,000. I just wanna make sure that my policy covers that. She said, there's an endorsement that State Farm has in that policy that basically says anything that happens bodily or injury, if I'm on an emergency call, they don't cover it. So I just wanted to ensure like that OTARMA, but whoever our insurance is through the township, if we're on the side of a road, my truck gets totaled, or I get hit in another vehicle with somebody in it, my insurance basically said they are not covering it. And I've never had anybody take a license plate or a VIN number for my vehicle. So my concern is,
I can answer all this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
my concern is, I don't want to, I want to continue to help where I live,
Sure.
and I just don't want to be in a position of liability. So.
Brian, can you respond to that?
Yes, I can respond. It's the same thing as the way our road department is, because I had this conversation numerous times over the year. Let's say you get called out, and I would say like Stewie in the past, if he got called out, he might drive his personal vehicle. If he gets in an accident, the regular insurance, in your case, you're saying they're not covering, but the regular insurance gets billed first. If that does not pay, OTARMA pays everything else.
Okay, that's physical harm and
Yes.
and actual damages, correct?
It's everything.
Okay,
Because you got called out.
Because you're an
and
employee.
You're an
Okay.
employee.
all right.
And that's what it's blanketed into fire department and road department.
I just wanted to ensure that, and I just
Yeah.
wanted that public.
So-
If you need something in writing,
Yeah.
Tyler, for your own personal thing, let me ask them if they have it, but they said that's part of volunteer fire or full-time fire or road department. If they get called from home and they went straight to get a tree down or something happened.
So as far as apparatus goes, can he put apparatus on his truck and is that covered as well?
Well, anything that's on his truck,
Is
I mean, it's
Okay.
covered.
Okay,
I mean, it'd be like if you, I hate to say if you're driving a Porsche and it was a $80,000 or $100,000 vehicle
Yeah.
and you were racing to go there, whether you had lights on it or not,
Yeah.
you were called out, you're going to have some liability coverage on your personal, but anything not covered rolls automatically into autonomous.
So Brian, let me ask you this. He's putting the lights on because of his job. If he's driving personally doing something and gets in an accident, is State Farm,
It wouldn't have nothing to do with us.
he's got to be in the line of duty.
He has to be in the line.
I'm saying, but
yeah.
is State Farm telling you they're not going to cover your lights?
No. So
Okay.
the lights are separate as a whole other thing, but I was just telling them, I was divulging, hey, there's
Yeah.
gonna be emergency lights on the vehicle at some point.
I see.
And she was like.
We don't cover you
You need an
driving alcohol.
endorsement.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, at the state, just so you guys are aware, we have to go every year to the Ohio State Patrol and they inspect our vehicles. So like, you get like literally a badge or a sticker that says, hey, your vehicle's been inspected, you can run hot, like 2 calls emergent.
Mhm.
But like, when she was just like, yeah, just so you're aware, if you were in the line of duty, we don't cover anything, like nothing. I was like, well, that's a problem because I drive a $50,000 truck.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ensure publicly that that is the
Yeah.
case.
Tyler, I'm going to say that we went down this road many times.
Okay.
I've been here since 2013. That question came up both in road and in fire.
Okay,
And it actually came into zoning back in the day because if they're out on it, like Mary, for example, don't clock in and out, but she's out meeting somebody at their house. Anything like that happens, that vehicle, she's doing duties of the township, that's covered under autonomous.
understood.
All right, thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Great
Appreciate
question.
it.
Okay, Heather.
All right, I promise Mary will make this short as possible. Back in 21, just to refresh our memory, we had work done over there at the Holland Avenue property where the culvert was placed to come out for the guys and replace culvert at the end of our driveway. Just to catch you up to speed, we've had some issues with neighbors blocking the driveway again, parking their vehicles in the line, in the right of way out in the roadway, which I've been back and forth with the sheriff's office dozens of times about where, obviously you can park in the road, but it's in the right of way in such a manner that it's causing kind of a hazard in the road. Because I know even like with the bigger trucks, the trash trucks and everything are having a hard time when they deliberately leave stuff out there and they scream at us. And recently, we installed some fence posts and so forth, which I have permission from Mary and obviously Rodney come out to inspect the spot there, the culvert, because that culvert goes like underneath the ground alongside our driveway and it's kind of in our backyard, which back there, obviously it's not really a township thing, but because it's underneath the road, out of due diligence, it affects the road and some of it did collapse back there. So we've been talking about it and I know we weren't going to do anything as far as I say we being, collectively with the township too about replacing it as far as underneath the road right now anyways. But to keep an eye on it because of the heavier traffic that's on that road and it's a dead end street over there. So we also installed a gate at the end of our driveway because we've had some people keep showing up over there despite the no trespassing signs. And I put up some no parking signs on fence posts now that are at the end of our driveway there too, because they demanded to keep parking in front of our house too, because we, have been trying to get some more stuff done. The neighbor on the other side over there, he's getting ready to have the septic system replaced, which is another issue Mary's been working with me on trying to get through along with the health department because it's leaching into our property there. And I think as for last I heard from the health department, I know Mary and I talked about this before, that at least one or two of those individuals involved in this I think they got their grant approved, I think, last I heard. I know I can say part of that publicly. So I was trying to leave, they suggested to put the fence all the way down the side of our property, which we were gonna wait a little bit because I'm sure at some point, do the measurements and everything, requirements, updates to those septic systems, and I know Mrs. Griffith knows about that stuff. It's so many feet from property lines and all of those things, and wells and so forth. But alongside that side of the property line, our ditch goes all the way back to the back of the property, so we're working on safely, how to deal with the flooding issue, with the culvert collapsing issue. And now that it's opened up, I had somebody come out and open it up. We're just trying to figure out what to do about the vehicles that keep parking in the right of way and how to continue to get working on our property without having constant, getting confronted by people and getting yelled at. I mean, Rodney was out there one day, and it's to say it publicly that, somebody come down and was bothering him while he was out there at the end of the driveway. So he pulled the township truck right at the end of the right of way, right there at the end of the driveway, but he went to get out of the truck and somebody said something to him about it. And he's on official township business because they were out there just right before he put the fence up. So we put it a little bit closer to the roadway. It's behind where the phone poles are. So we're still, obviously so many feet behind that, but I didn't know if there was anything else we could do with that right of way, or whether we could put signposts up in front of there, even just like facing the road this way, to see if we could put like no parking or something out there. My fear is though, if we do that, then they're just gonna park on the opposite side of the street, still do the same thing, so we're still gonna have the same issues. And I know after the road department come out there and they resurface the road, within 8 hours, those same individuals parked at the same, on the side of the street. There's ruts and stuff already started out there, and with all the extra rain we've had, it's out there.
A couple of questions for you. So the neighbors that are parking in the street, are these business vehicles? Are they personal vehicles? What's parking in the street?
There is both personal and business vehicle. One of the kids over there is driving a truck for a traffic company, I guess now too, and it's being parked there.
And is this the neighbor across the street from you?
I could point it out.
Yeah, please.
Can you
please
show us
do.
which one's yours?
And I told Mary that we are collectively, it's sitting at the attorney's office, I gotta get it recorded, but since we have two parcels right here, these two parcels right here, that's us. So, yeah, be my guess, that's perfect. You probably pull it up a little bit.
There you go.
There we go. On this ditch, it kind of, the stream and all that stuff, it kind of comes out of the woods here, Bowling's owns that still. And it kind of does a little jog through our property, and then that culvert, where it's opened up now, is about right in this area here. And I know Rodney's walked out there right before Sue, retired and stuff, and it goes underneath the road, and then there's another opening clear on the other side.
So where is the fence that you have currently put up?
We have fence posts right at the edge here,
Okay.
and a little bit, it's kind of like to mark the corners, because we had some issues with encroachment before. I had the surveyor come out a couple of years ago, and then I had another one because we're in the process of having this combined.
Yeah, so it looks like your neighbor's driveway's on your line.
Well, it's
Close.
really close. It's
Very close.
actually
Okay.
down this way just a bit. So
Okay.
we have it marked, and there's a little bit of a fence. It's like a corner, fence right
Yeah.
now. We don't have it.
So the neighbors that are parking in front of your house every day, where do they live?
They are over here still, and they're parking all along this area, all along the driveway area.
So they're catty corner.
Yeah, it's catty cornered. So I mean, there's somewhat room to get out if I back out sometimes and whatever, but usually there's some kind of confrontation that goes on when I try to go out. And even today I was out there taking some measurements. I have a digital tool now. I can sit in my car basically and take measurements, because we're going to add to the fence, because I don't have a date yet. They're going to come back out and add some more, because we were going to put some a little bit farther back so that, we can get rid of that encroachment and everything else.
But you-
try to,
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, there's no fence in front of your house, correct?
not
Okay.
entirely yet.
And
It
is there a
actually-
ditch right on that, right where your finger is on that line? Is that a ditch?
It's like a little, like runoff. I mean, I guess it's not a
Okay,
full
falls
ditch.
off the road,
Yeah,
but you
it's
could
just
park
a
in
little-
it or no?
You could pull up in there if you.
And are they parking in front of your house?
Not technically here, but they threatened to as of today. They said, well, because I'm out here taking measurements, the lady started screaming at me, and, so the sheriff's office did come out. They said, well, come to township meetings, see if there's anything else we could do about this, because I know this has been ongoing. We're just trying to get measurements and stuff. There's gas flags, gas company utility flags still up in Mr. Barrett's yard here, and so forth with ours, because our line goes here, and also these areas. And both utility lines, to my knowledge, they're all older lines, and I don't know how much anybody's been paying attention to the news lately, but there's been a lot of explosions happening. Contractors have been hitting old lines and stuff that's not properly marked, or something's happening. So we're just doing our due diligence just to make sure that nobody, including ourselves, is out there.
Do you have public gas there then?
We still have gas going to both places. Yeah, I mean, there's still.
So your neighbor,
Bridges out there.
your neighbor across the street, your neighbor to your south there,
Yeah.
what do those neighbors say about the parking on the street?
Well, they claim that they're allowed to park all along the right of way there in the roadway. But the problem that's happening most, really is when you figure, being respectful of neighbors, his mailbox is right here. So the cars and stuff start right here at their mailbox and park as far back as they can get. Pretty much the whole front of their property, which the law shows basically you're allowed to park in the roadway. However, that road isn't that wide, and it
Sure.
becomes an issue.
So
Not all-
are they parked half on the road, half in the grass, or are they
Yeah,
parked all on the road?
some of it. Both. They
Okay.
do both.
Okay.
And it's not like a full ditch there with culvert pipe in, I know there's been conversations about that numerous years throughout the years about that whole street was supposed to have culvert pipe and stuff, but as far as the culvert that is there is what township widened this out for me, and it's still within that 40 feet or smaller, space there. But we widened this out in anyways, just so I could get in and out inside the truck and trailers and stuff. So when they park out there, I end up having to jackknife the truck basically to get out of here, and there's a giant hole, with the culvert where it goes down in that drain, so it makes that corner so tight that you can't just come out of there, and unfortunately, it's a dead-end road, so
Right.
we're having some congestion there.
And would you say the cars come and go, or the cars sit there all day?
Well, most of the time, if they're parked, usually overnight, if they're working, that's one thing, but they drive past, usually when they're, they don't have cars in the driveway, they'll pull past the house, turn around in the other neighbor's driveway, and then pull back up here. And now they come, that's.
And they leave the driveway empty, or is it full of cars too?
Sometimes it's empty completely, usually, they just do it on purpose, and then other times it's full, like through the weekend. Now they're doing it where there's at least 6 to 7 vehicles there that other people come over, and it's all in the road, and most of the time now, the truck and the other vehicle will be overnight there as well, which usually trash services is out there multiple times. We have at least 2 to 3 different trash services, and it's a dead end road, so they've been backing up. I know I sent Mary a couple of pictures. That's the beginning. I'm not gonna show them the whole 7.
Oh, the trash guy backs down the
Yeah,
road.
they back down the road at, 3 o'clock or so in the morning. There's a couple of them. I know Trustle's is out there, Kimball's is out there.
Do they back the whole way down the road?
Sometimes, yeah.
On this side, when those people park, are they parking, pointing the right direction for that side of the road?
Sometimes. Most of the time they are now, because I yelled at them a few years ago, and I got yelled at for saying something to them. And I gave them a warning. I said, well, it's still against the law. You're not supposed to park facing oncoming traffic if you're on the roadway at least,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one thing if you're in the grass,
Face
Completely.
with traffic, right?
you
So has Holland ever had any no parking spots along the road, or is it what?
No.
No, we talked about that before, because we didn't want to be, discourteous to all the rest of the neighborhood, because, a lot of times other people have gatherings and people want to spend time with their family too. But, these individuals are doing it all the time, so.
Are these adults or kids?
Yeah, and their, kids are older now versus when all this stuff started a few years ago. So. But, with that drainage being jammed up, one of the guys over there, he got told not to be jamming it up, and he contained that it wasn't our property, but yet it is, and it's just been back and forth. We're just trying to eliminate some of
Do
that.
you know
So
if the house is owner occupied or is it a rental?
It's occupied, owner occupied.
Brian, what's at the end of the street, dead end? And maybe you can answer that. When you plow that street,
We turn around.
That's trees.
where are you
We turn
turning?
around in that last property right there at the very end. Has half the driveway is concrete, the other half is
It's on the west side.
gravel. Right there, that house on the right. Half of that is concrete, and half of it's gravel. We back into the gravel half to turn around.
Now, usually, the gentleman up here, he parks in the road, and I know the
Yeah.
other individuals, sometimes they have cars parked there, but they've been like that for years, but they're not really blocking everyone else, as far as trying to get in and out at the other end of the road. That's our biggest concern, the congestion, is if the trash truck is struggling at 3 o'clock in the morning to get through there, then that's kind of the concern for, obviously police and fire as usual. I mean, despite our disagreements as neighbors, we don't want to have a rolled over trash truck in front of our yard or the ditch there, because if they shove all the traffic over where it actually drops off in Mr. Barrett's property over here, it's actually deeper here than it is that side. If it shoves all the traffic onto that side, then, literally you can't really park there because you'd be parked right in the, he's got like a swale and stuff in his front yard there. So, and the drainage, the pipe was verified that it is literally on our property, so, I decided to come to the meeting and say publicly, like, I am allowed to be out there to work on it a little bit. I've had different contractors come out to help try to figure out what to do to mitigate it. We're gonna dig it up as far as part of it, to get rid of it, put in a new pipe. We talked about that before, Rodney come out, even though they're only, so far to the right of way, and then the rest of it was on us. But our concern is if we go to replace that, as far as our property is concerned, once you get out here to the roadway, then, once you disturb that metal pipe out there, it's gonna be crumbled up like it did in the back. It's really thin. The whole bottom of that pipe and drainage even underneath the road's gone. So I've been able to get camera down to be able to take pictures down in there. I mean, it's the whole bottom of it's gone. So eventually it will, start tearing up the roadway. I mean, there's been semis and all that stuff up and down the road. The neighbors are getting some work done up the street and stuff too. So there's a lot of heavy traffic on that road, more so than there used to be. So I don't know if there's anything else we could do with the right of way. I mean, other than I have, just basically due to encroachment a little bit, I had fence posts put up in there a little bit closer to the road. There's a gate out there because those individuals were pulling in and out of our driveway, turning around, and they do it multiple times a day. And nobody else in the neighborhood but them seems to be doing that, unfortunately.
I don't know how wide that, what is it, probably like 14?
We always go 15 from the
No.
center.
No, I mean the road, actual road width, is it over bigger than 14?
I think it's 18 feet wide.
Is it that wide?
What's there
That's a
now?
wider one, there's 14s out there.
Chief,
Two questions. Does anybody park in that big their driveway? It looks pretty big.
Here?
No, not your
The
driveway.
people you're talking
The
about.
people you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like usually 6 to 7 cars at least there pretty much every night. There's 4 to 6 of them. They're all their vehicles, and the borrowed vehicle that the other kid's driving now, it's out on the road too. She invites her, I guess, her boyfriend over, parks in the road too.
How many people are living in that house?
Well, I mean, that's their business. I'm saying,
Yeah.
that I get told not to,
The fire chief's worried.
But that's my
Yes,
concern,
it's
with health, the individuals that live there, one of them has some cancer issues. Mr. Derrick has cancer health concerns. I mean, we all have some health issues going on. My tenant here, she just had her heart surgery as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would really recommend having some kind of make sure that, chief can get to our house. I mean, because everybody has permission, for emergency purposes to use the driveway. They've widened this and they've got room in the back to pull people in.
is yours a
and stuff.
duplex?
Yes, yeah, that's duplex, yes,
then? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I could see you could do is, it's pretty hard to put no parking, but I wonder if you couldn't do because most people park on the street aren't gonna be there for more than 3 hours. Put a
Yeah.
time limit. We could do that on the whole township technically, because nobody should be parking permanently on the street. You might park there for something, but you shouldn't be parking there permanently.
That's my concern too, is, if you have stuff in the driveway, if I parked out there, I have a crew cab diesel pickup truck, I have 2 actually. And like we've talked about before, if I parked any of my stuff out in the road for more than a couple of hours, somebody would scream at me, and they would have done that already. So
Well,
that's-
Like you said,
I mean,
if
for
somebody
that
comes
same
over to
reason.
visit or something, but they shouldn't be parking on a regular basis.
Yeah,
They need to be, at that point, they need to be coming up with an idea to put a bigger parking lot in their front yard or wherever they want to put it, but they need to get off the road.
the sheriff's office has been out there. I know we had some disagreements before, but since 21 to now versus all the other altercations with those, individuals and screaming at us, they maintain they can park in the road and they can do all this, but we're literally, when we all have had to slow down, it's not like we're supposed to be speeding on the road anyways, but with the mailbox being right here, if there's a truck right there, these individuals have a hard time and I've got video of this too, but it makes it harder for the trucks to get between the mailbox, the vehicle park there. There's just enough room to fit through there. And I think that's getting a bit too close.
I wonder if we could just send all the residents on that street a notice that parking on the street is for temporary, short term.
I think I think we should do some research to see if anybody else is doing this, like set a time limit. If you send a letter, what they ain't gonna abide by it. If they don't have a time, where they don't know what the time limit is.
And the sheriff's office would probably say the same thing and say,
They-
well,
we-
I don't-
signs
Yeah,
posted,
I don't know the
have.
rules. I don't know if we can actually post it like that.
That's what I mean.
I don't
I
know
need to do some research and see what all our options are, but I don't think you're gonna win a battle of saying no parking on the road.
No, of course not.
But we wanna try and get it to where they're not parking there permanently
Yeah.
every day. or twice a
Yeah, 'cause I
week?
know once it comes into winter time and so forth, the guys will be wanting to plow and stuff like that, and half the time they don't care attention to that until there's actually like heavy snow or ice. By that time, they're already out there and they're still there, and and then you guys have to broadcast, hey, during, the snow bands come into effect. But if they knew ahead of time that they couldn't do that all the time in the first place, and that would kind of mitigate some of that too.
Is it a problem? Is it mainly at night or is it all day?
It can be all day. Sometimes they leave a vehicle out there. They used to just leave a vehicle in the roadway with the driveway open all the time. And now it's been an issue or been being confronted. My mom's still even, different times of day, she's gotta go to work. It's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and there's somebody out there and there's people congregating out at the end of the driveway. So I've been having to sit out there. It's awful. Now I went to take out some stuff out of the mailbox and I got confronted and yelled at from across the street. So same thing happened today. So I can't even so much as finish. Like I don't have the fence all the way across the front either because we have phone poles kind of over in this area. The little part of the fence is here. It's just kind of like a corner marker situation on this side of our driveway and over here. And the phone pole's here and the gas line for our property goes like kind of right here in the middle. So I was just trying to take some more measurements today between here and here and where the other, how many feet from the gas line it was from the pipe and stuff that's there in case we have to do anything for future reference, both in the right of way and behind it, because whoever's gonna do it, they gotta sit on the driveway with the equipment and be able to, to use the excavators and stuff, regardless of whether we park in the roadway to fix anything right at the right of way or in our driveway to fix, the stuff on our property by the right of way. I mean, no matter how they go about it, there's a ditch on the side of the driveway. So, we have to, I don't think they understand there's an amount of room that equipment needs to be able to work, too. So I was just trying to take some measurements today too, but I said, well, we'll talk in the township and see if there's anything we can do. So I figure if I come up and publicly display what I was doing with our property, then maybe, maybe that would calm down a little bit.
Well, let me do a little bit checking on it and I'll get back with you.
Okay,
See what's what.
that's pretty much, and just to clarify for Mary's purposes,
What do you
when
got
I
here?
mentioned that culvert too, in the back, it's going back here behind the garage. That little space we talked about. I know that it's posted on the website. We talked about that. There was a concern in the sheriff's office one day. So you gotta have a permit. You gotta talk to the township. But they didn't realize we've already talked to the township. And what little back here is really not, it's not a giant pipe. It's a piece of pipe because our, when this floods back here, it floods our bottom of our garage to a little low line. And the whole street, comes down pretty much, our property here is a low spot and so is their house and, all of that. So we're kind of in the middle of the road there. So, but I talked to her previously about putting that pipe in back here. It'll be just small. I'm gonna join the other ones that's already there just to kind of mitigate, because I got this mud hole in this area over here. And it's every
But you're
time it
trying to
rains-
combine it into one parcel right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
all I have to do now is just sign a new deed and have it recorded.
Okay.
And that way, if we have any other issues with our septic as opposed to another property, because ours is located in the front, it gets rid of this boundary line down the middle, kind of, we get a little more clearance. Our well's over here, so it won't be too far. I mean, as far as the setbacks and all the other things, it gets rid of that. So that was our purpose for doing it. So I told her once it's recorded and everything, it's available online, but I'm gonna bring the paperwork up and show her once it's done, because I'll have it before I get down there. It just gives you an idea why we did it, so. If they come out, there was a missing pin back here that was tampered with already. A couple weeks ago, we had the surveyors come out in the process of doing the, survey again to do that, combining the parcels. And this corner pin here was moved a little bit, so I talked to the sheriff's office about that too. But they did set a new pin back there, so. I was trying to keep people out of that because we had that leach septic system stuff going into that and everything. We're trying to keep it cleaned out, keep it open and everything else. So that way it doesn't flood anyone anymore. Because the water goes from back here across the street and then to another opening on the other side of the street. So
Okay.
that's what I'm working on at that property for those that have to know for whatever reason besides the township. They said, don't talk to zoning. Well, I've been working with Mary about this for the last couple of years, even since 21, when we widened that out, put the culvert was smashed and replaced it. we're still having some issues.
Let us check into it. No promises, but
Okay,
we'll see what the law actually allows us to do.
okay, perfect.
All right, and I don't see anyone else for public speaks. So we're gonna move on to the fire report. Chief,
Okay, Mr. Varian, I did, text you a screenshot of that
Yes.
quote for the batteries.
I got it.
Okay, so we're requesting to basically, order that combi tool with the donation that we've received. The combi tool will be placed on our ambulance. That will give our EMS crews, that first responder MVAs, the ability to, pop open a door, get a victim out of the vehicle quickly.
It's like the Jaws of Life. Is that what it is?
It is. It's a smaller version.
Okay.
It's called a combi tool because it has the spreaders like the Jaws of Life,
Mhm.
and it also has the hydraulic cutters,
How is it powered?
battery operated.
Okay.
And
And it comes with batteries. The 21,456 comes with everything you need.
I believe it does come with one battery
Okay. Got it.
for the combi tool.
So Brian, do you want to
where the donated funds come
do you
from?
want to speak to Brian? Do you want me to speak to the donated funds, or do you
Yeah,
want me?
you go ahead.
I can speak
I
to the
mean,
donated funds.
I knew about it because you all told me
Yeah.
and
This is Foltz.
Yep. So, so the Foltz family made a donation to the fire department. Kathy, I hope this is okay to be saying this because I did text Amy before we were talking about it out loud. But the Foltz family asked Amy to come over, and she and Kathy chatted, and they wanted to make a donation to the fire department for apparatus or whatever the fire department needed. And it was the value of what, Brian? How much?
$50,000.
$50,000.
Oh,
So it's a sizable donation. Yeah.
very nice.
So, yeah,
Thank you, Mrs. Foltz.
yes, great. And kind of a fun little story. The check was sort of written not exactly right. So when Brian tried to put it in the bank wouldn't accept it. So I said that I'd call Kathy, and I called her. I'm like, Kathy, I'm really sorry. I obviously approached her with thank you, of course. And I was like, I'm really sorry. We're gonna have to burden you with either getting another check or having you rewrite. She's like, oh, I'm staying at Consumer National Bank right now. So she put me on speaker, and the teller was like, here's the check. So she crossed it out and wrote what she needed to, and she's like, all done. So I talked to her for 2 minutes. I just happened to call her right when she was staying at the bank, so it worked out. But I obviously thanked her a ton and for all she's done for that donation, which is huge. And then I had an opportunity to thank her for all the things she's done for our community.
Did it go into your foundation?
No, it was written to the trustees.
To the
It was written to
Written to the
it's in the
trustees.
donation fund in the fire fund right now. I'm in the process. We just finished out the alternative budget, which was August the 20th, which then will be approved by the board of Stark County sometime in the first week of September. I've already submitted in the $50,000 request for an amended certificate, because officially right now we can't spend it yet. But once I get that amended certificate, then I'll go in front of you all to get approval to appropriate.
Did we actually send them a letter of thanks, a written?
I have not sent a letter of thanks.
As of yet.
Okay, we need to make sure.
We'll
we
make
do
sure the
that.
fire department does that.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
And I think Amy and Tyler and Tom are meeting about they have some ideas of things we could buy for the fire department that wouldn't be necessarily general budget, some wish list things that are hard to get, handled. And having 50,000 we're planning on is kind of a nice opportunity to get a couple pieces of equipment. So
Very nice.
yeah, it's really great. So real quick on Austin Miller before I make a resolution on that, a resignation for Austin Miller, does he owe us any time or money?
He does not.
Okay, all right. Do we need to read that resignation later, or was it just a verbal? I don't have it in front of me. No. Okay, that's fine. Trustee Varian moves to accept the resignation of Austin Miller as of Monday, August 24th.
Trustee Pure, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then before we go to call volume, the cot battery, Brian, I texted you a picture of what I was sent from Tom.
I have a copy of it, I believe.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So it looks like, I can't remember what we've done. And we've bought cop batteries before. I know that. There are two in this invoice for $515 apiece, so it'd be $1,000, $1,071.60 Striker. Is this for the new ambulance, the old ambulance? Which cop are you working on?
It's for the cop batteries can be used for both
Okay.
ambulances.
Oh, thank you.
And we need two.
Yes.
Okay. So they can be used for both. All right.
And then there's shipping of, I believe, $42 and some change.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's on there. Okay.
So,
Brian, are we okay to spend $1,100? All right. Trustee Varian moves to spend up to $1,100 to buy 2 cop batteries from Stryker.
Trustee Griffith seconds. All in favor?
On that tool, how much is the second battery? No, not, just to go back,
Yeah, I was gonna.
the combi tool.
There's a list, because my idea is, there's a whole bunch of tools that take that same battery. So we're talking amongst the officers, and we're probably gonna buy other things that take that battery. And I talked to the chief, when I worked for New Michelin Township, we went to Ace Hardware, and they had the Milwaukee reps involved. It takes a Milwaukee battery.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So they got the Milwaukee reps involved.
Okay.
And we got a ton of free stuff because of how much money we spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So it takes an actual, like, branded Milwaukee battery. Like
Yeah, it's
actual
not like your
snaps in.
typical, it's an XC 8.0
Oh.
or something crazy.
Okay. It's a big battery.
Yeah, but other pieces of equipment that we're looking at, like a ventilation fan, takes that same battery.
Scene
Cool.
lighting.
Scene
Portable
lighting
scene
takes that
lighting.
same battery.
It's a industrial Milwaukee.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can't spend yet until Brian gets it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to appropriate it.
Okay.
Yeah. All that.
And you said that would be probably first, second week of
Yeah,
September.
what happens, Tom, we just submitted the alternative budget by August 20th. And then that goes in front of the Budget Commission in Stark County, which they meet once a month. I've already put the 50,000 request in, but I got a feeling they'll approve that budget and then come back and do an amended certificate. I might not get it till October, but as long as I know it's coming verbally from them and
Brian.
talking to them.
Brian, do you want us to approve this now and then wait, or do you want to wait till the funds are available, then approve it?
You should wait till the funds are available officially, but
Well, yeah, some other
if you
stuff.
needed to order something that we're gonna have to wait 6 months, or I don't know how quick they can get those.
Well, the team get together and decide what you're thinking on some other things, and we'll approve this when the funds are available.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Great. That's all I have for fire.
I had one other thing. Jackie Wilson has applied to Stark State College to go to that same medic program that Summer's going to.
Okay.
I was curious if there's enough in the training budget to send a second member to medic school. Now, she's on a waiting list.
Remind me of the cost again.
Is this something to do yet this year to be on the same time
It would
frame?
be in the same
Right.
time frame. She would start class in October with Summer. It was 17. I think the
1,700.
total was for this semester, it was 1,791,
Okay.
and then the total was like 6,300.
Yeah, it was like 6,000 something.
Yes.
Okay.
But you pay by semester.
Yeah, that's a Brian Lowry question.
Right.
The bad guy.
The bad guy.
Well, if she's on the wait list, I don't think he has to answer you right now on the
okay.
spot, does he?
Will she know? I mean, she'll know before it starts.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
I
not like
have
she'll
in
get a call.
training unencumbered 3,306 right now,
Okay.
but I haven't encumbered the first payment for
Summer.
summer, which was around 1,800. I
Yep.
think.
1,791.
So that gives you an idea where we are to the end of the year.
Okay. Let's see if she gets in, and we'll
All right.
move on it. Can we do that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, she'll know ahead of time because there's some things she'll have to take care of
Okay.
before class even starts. So she'll get she'll get notified. ahead
And then
of
if we
time.
don't have the funds for it, is she able to go the next round? Like we could, so maybe send Summer this time and send her the next time if we don't have all the funds?
Well,
Is it like a
So we could do like a
course.
reimbursement, maybe she could front the money and then when she finishes, when she passes, if she passes, maybe reimburse her the funds for
All
the.
right, let's see if she gets in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Just want to look at one other thing.
Because we would, after the first year, have another payment on summer, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you start on the new budget, which
Right.
is,
But you need to
trying
think
remember,
about
it's
what you have
10,000 or it's
going.
15,000 in
Yeah,
the new
for the
budget.
whole year. If there was somebody else needing to do something, so,
As far as training goes.
yeah, because you're gonna have a set amount. And if we normally have 10,000, those two are gonna suck it all up and we're not gonna make it,
But we'll see if she gets in. She's on the wait list.
Okay.
Class is currently full,
Okay.
but if somebody drops out or something.
Until another group of trustees says no to another person at a spot.
Or that.
Or that.
Okay, that's all I have, other than the calls, 44 calls since the last meeting, 36 ALS, 4 BLS and 4 fire related.
Okay.
Calls. Did have some mutual aid come in, 3 from them, 3 from Canton Township, and 4 from Louisville.
Okay.
I did have a lady who knew a lady that you did a call on at the end of July. I don't remember what road it was on, but the lady was thrilled with the service she received.
Oh, great, thank you.
And she said it was, all I got was it was a female that was helping her with her problem. She had a reaction to something. I don't know.
And we have quite a few females. So.
She was very pleased with the service she received,
Good
but she
enough,
didn't
thank
have
you.
a name.
And that's all I have, thank you very much.
All right, let's move on to the cemetery report.
Well, as you all can see, Ryan isn't here tonight, but what I had to talk to trustees about was the Atama representative had gave us a suggestion, and I talked to you that I would get to Ryan and Rodney. I know I didn't really get to Ryan and Rodney wholeheartedly where we actually went out and looked at it. But what we did with the Sean with the Atarma, I should say Sedgwick or not Sedgwick, Ohio Risk Management is who he represents, who works for Atarma. He come up and said, Brian, he says, I can do a preliminary quote for you. And I'm going to pass this down to you and take a look at it. What I have to do is tweak it with Rodney a little bit and Ryan in case we need to add on a little bit. But they come up with $38.12, I believe it is, that they would reimburse the township and we just do it in-house. I'm not saying that I know how to do any of this job totally, but I know the guys that know how to run the equipment could help with belts, and we could probably put everything back in place in one day.
Are you doing this on a day that they're not working, or is it part of their normal
No,
day?
part of their normal, because they would
Okay.
be getting paid.
I'm not worried about setting it back in place. I'm more worried about fixing the broken concrete.
Right, and I
Setting it, I think we've got.
There's one that's in 3 pieces, but it's only about the size of this.
Okay.
Okay,
It's a flat one.
no, it stands up.
Yeah.
It stands upright.
But
But it's about the size, the base is about the size of this. And you
What's-
can, I'm not saying I'm an expert at it, but it looks like it can be pinned. Now Ryan's familiar with it because he's fixed some at the other cemetery.
something that size, what would be the cost of just taking that in pieces and saying to a stone cutter, please rebuild, please remake this?
I don't know.
Because I wonder if it's just have it
Well,
redone.
I know headstones, even that size could be anywhere from the
Yeah.
500 to 1,000 or 2,000.
Sure, sure.
You know,
But in 3 pieces, by the time we pin it back together, try to make it look right, I wonder if it just makes sense to take it in and say, please recreate this exactly the way it looks.
and the one that is like that, you can't read it. there's
Oh.
nothing legible
It's one
on
of the
it.
really old.
It's old.
Oh,
It's
you
like
can't even read what's on it.
1780 year.
Oh,
You
Probably
can
better
pick
off
up
to
here.
keep the original stone than to
Yeah.
do this.
Got it.
These
You
aren't,
can't even read what's on it.
no, you can't read what's on it. All I know is the family that's to the left and right. I'm
Oh, wow.
assuming it's
Okay.
that
You can
way.
That changes my
numbers?
mind then.
You can read the numbers.
I can read to the date, a date, whether it's a death date or a
There's
lot
a
of them
date.
had the birth on them too.
So I changed my opinion on that. If it's original and it's hard to read, I'd try to fix it.
Now,
Because if you put a new one, you can't
Yeah, you gotta
replace the
match.
numbers.
if
and
we were
letters.
talking up the
No,
cemetery where
just-
newer headstones are, you can do, that would be what, I would definitely be considering that.
All right.
These ones I mean, to make one, I think they would, duplicate it would be very expensive.
All right.
Well, if you put pins, you should be able to get them pretty close.
Yeah. I don't, when I look at it, trustees, I have fixed stuff like one piece, like broke or fell over and pinned it and epoxied it.
Yeah.
I've done that many a times up at Wildwood Cemetery when I was mowing. And I just think about, this isn't that bad. The hard thing is what I need Rodney for, is the one we have to lift up is 400 or 500 pounds. And you got to set it off to the side, dress up,
Yeah.
set it back down. Once that's set in place, then you can rebuild it and epoxy it as you go.
Right.
And it's not broke. It's just, there's chunks like a base, the next standing section and a top. So you got three pieces that were made that way. They didn't actually break. They just were sealed and
They
just
came
broke
apart.
apart when they came apart. They just need set back in. So I just didn't, I told Sean I wanted to bring this in front of you because I talked to you at the last one about possibly doing it in-house. Like, I'm going to be off that week where I told him I'd like to talk to Rodney and Ryan over there, where if they say, hey, I think it'll take us a day and a half, I could suggestively say to Sean, I'd like to modify these numbers and go a little bit higher on one or two. Or maybe these guys say, hey, well, I think we can do it within that realm. This money would then get put right into the road or wherever I need to put it on labor.
You want a motion for this?
Yeah, I would like to.
Trustee Prio moves to do the in-house cemetery repairs. You want the number in there? $3,812.72.
Trustee Varian, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'll get with him, I'll get with Rodney and Ryan and get this thing rolling. I want to get it done before the snow flies.
Make sure you do a good job or somebody will come visit you at night.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure you'll get it done quicker than if we hired somebody.
Yeah, that's
well, that's where I worry about how long it would take because they already had us saying 2 or 3 months till they could get to it.
Yep.
Um,
good. Thanks for being willing to do that.
thanks. You're welcome, guys. The other thing is Rodney kind of brought something up to me. I know it's around here, is about the spraying. I talked to Jimmy about that, and like around our township here, the facility here, it's like behind, and I know Rodney had mentioned numerous times, and I explained to him back what had happened in the past, that in-house wise, they were trying to do this back in 2013 and then again in 16. And we had a run-in with the EPA coming in, wanting to know where we're going to store the chemicals, the place we had to keep chemicals, who had a license to be spraying here. So we always had it higher done. But sometimes there's some little projects around here that I think Rodney was willing to do here at the township. And I know Ryan at the cemetery sometimes to keep caught up. I know Jim sprays, but with all the rain and all, he's definitely behind from what I can see because the growth is growing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's growing up through the cracks here, and I know it's an eyesore. The rest of everything he's doing is great. It's just that part of it. But I know if I call him and say, hey, can you hit this? Yeah, he'll hit it. But it's like we need to, sometimes I know Rodney says, hey, I can get it and be done, knock it out right here, for example. And Ryan Shearer said the same thing.
If you were just buying over-the-counter stuff that they sell, you don't need a license for that.
You wouldn't have to have a license to do it, but it was one of those things where you're going to setting this around over the counter and buying 2 and 3 gallon buckets and stuff or containers of it to mix it. I'm going to say at the time we were doing it, we were also doing the road signage. And that company that sprayed like around all the roads, the guardrails, and I know it helps the road crew out. It kind of rolls into that because the same people that did the cemeteries were doing the roads, like signage. And I know Rodney talked to me about that, how bad around the, all the guardrails is. It's very hard to get. And, you know, I don't know if we do it combined, you can still separate it out. Because back years ago, we separated and sprayed all the cemetery driveways. We had them spray here. Now, Jim does it, but these guys put the heavy duty stuff on it. I mean,
I thought it was someone who was doing it for the county and we
Yeah.
piggybacked onto it.
we piggybacked onto the county on a couple
Maybe we
of
reach out to
things.
the county and see if they're gonna have any spraying.
I mean, I think Rodney would need to help on the guardrails. And that same company could help us in the cemeteries or around this facility because they have the equipment and a license to do it. I know Jimmy is mowing and he'll do it, but just to sit there and be on it like we did major, if we're gonna bring somebody in to do the cemeteries / roads, that's a big project. I remember.
All we need is Roundup and 2,4-D.
Yeah,
They can spray it.
yeah.
That's not, you don't need a license to run 2,4-D. I mean, if you want them to be able to, I mean, they could have a 2.5 of each and that would last a long time. They could spray, if they want to do spot spraying.
Well, I know when the EPA guy was in, he adamantly said, if you're spraying along roadways or runoff or anything, you gotta have a license.
Well, I'm talking, if you want to spot, we wouldn't have to have a bunch of money to do it if they want to do some around the buildings.
Well, that's why I say, if you're gonna let him, tell him to do it then.
All right.
I don't wanna sit there and say, go ahead, Rodney, and the EPA guy comes in here right away. If you're saying use over the counter type stuff and touch up or certain.
I
things,
have license too. There's some things that I can do, like
Randy
I can be, well, I don't have to necessarily spray as long as he's got the training. I can hold the license and buy the spray. I know that, but I have to do some.
Can we store it on the farm or we have to store it?
You can store it here.
You sure?
Well, I want to check everything out on it, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that I don't have to 100% be the applicant. Because like at our farm, I'm the licensed guy, but anybody can spray.
I know this year's been extra wet and
Oh,
everything's.
Extra growth.
There's just more growth than ever now. To help out both cemetery and the road.
I would think about putting Succo's Park in that too, because there's a lot of weeds coming up through that.
But even at that, it would not be that big of a deal to send like Rodney or Josh to get it. I mean, it's every 3 years. Once you get the license, you just have to do some education on it after. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, storage units here too. That was the other thing. They wanted designated storage. I don't know what's involved with it. At that time, they talked about locker, something elevated that can't spill and run out all over the place.
I don't think that's that big of a deal. I mean, a little metal box. All you
metal
need is
cabinet or
2.5 will go.
I'm not saying, I'm just remember what we went through with the other trustees and the other that said it was cheaper just to go ahead and have somebody do it outside. But I know the little jobs would be nice to touch up around here,
Right.
you know, to get over
I don't think we
counter.
want our guys spraying guardrails and stuff.
No, I don't know. We want to go full fledged, but I mean, around the buildings and stuff, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that either. But we should at some point check with the county to see if they're having spraying done again, so that we can kind of piggyback on it for our guardrails.
All right.
I don't have anything else. The cemeteries, I know they all were mowed this week and then the facility here was mowed over the weekend. Succo's Park was mowed about a week and a half ago, the edging, but then I know with all the rain, I went by there the other day and I know Rodney lives close by.
We walked the track and it's got a lot of weeds coming through it.
Okay, it's Succo's.
It's getting a lot, Trevor.
I think one of our residents helped us out on it, so
Yeah,
I
Ben-
don't
Ben went
know.
and weed killed,
Yeah.
well, on his four-wheeler.
When are they gonna mow did they mow the
They
whole
were gonna
thing?
mow those tall weeds off here at the end of the season.
Well, he talked about it like Halloween, like when you have your first frost and then mow everything down.
Oh, once it frosts.
That's when everything
Okay.
would get mowed down.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to move on?
Right. We're going road.
Yes, road.
Trustee Puro moves at 8:27 to go into executive session for personal matters. This refers to the appointment, employment, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual.
Trustee Varian, second.
Roll call.
Varian,
Yes.
Puro,
Yes,
and Griffith.
Yes.
4 of us.
Okay.
I'll be shutting off the sound on everything for right now till we come back. everything's back on.
Hey, we'll call the meeting back at 8:52.
Most ingenious cup ever built right here. Can't
Roll
set it
call.
down, you don't waste anything.
Did somebody second that?
Oh, second,
Second,
roll call.
Just making sure. Varian.
Yep.
Piro
yes.
and Griffith.
Yes. Okay, road report, superintendent.
And you had a chance to go over the road report?
So we took a wild ride, a wild west ride on the roller. Huh?
Oh, yeah, and if you guys want to discuss that,
Everybody's okay, right?
everybody's okay.
Everything's okay with the gate.
Everybody's okay with the gate. Let's knock the gate out. How about we do that?
You know, are we doing something about the gate, or is that something that we need to worry about?
Yeah, we
You
should.
you guys can go, yeah, we can, straight A's supply.
They should have
They
it
sell it.
Or is it
You know where straight A's, it's in
right-
Waynesburg.
Right down on
Is it the
183.
same quality of gate? Yeah, because they have different strengths on them gates.
Oh, is that feed?
It's
Yeah,
a fence
it's like-
supply. It's a fence supply. It's real easy. You
Just
just
outside of Minerva.
straight down,
Do we have an account there?
No.
Oh, Brian, you're hurting my feelings down here. Yeah, I think we need to replace the gate.
and we haven't talked to any of the, we haven't talked to the property owner yet. Nobody's there, right?
Nobody's.
They come down like on the weekends and stuff like that. It's
Is
a
it-
dock.
Sometimes they.
It's got a chain with a lock,
Yes.
Oh,
so we
It
can't
has
do
to
anything
be-
until we talk
It
to
has to
them.
be unlocked.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you just need
Well-
to contact the property owner asking
Right.
where the fence came from. We'll replace that gate.
and then we have to twist in a bottom pivot, a bottom
bottom
hinge.
hinge pin.
Okay. All right.
Well, we can find that out and get some prices for next time so we know what to,
Okay.
I think he's a doctor.
because it's
somewhere.
still up. It's just bad.
Right. It's
Yeah.
up,
It's not like you put them in jeopardy of trespassers.
Right, but we still need to
All right.
contact.
Let's communicate with the
Did
owner
you get
and we'll go
his
from
name,
there.
Brian?
I don't have an on that.
Um,
Unless
I
you
didn't
guys
think
all
it-
do.
I only know what
he
it said
knows.
on the auditor's thing there, and it's some LLC. I know the guy's a doctor.
He's a doctor and I think they live up in Akron, but I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I think maybe Joe and Ray Van Boris know him. To get a name. for
I have
him.
no idea who it is.
They haven't been there that much this year at all. At their
They
house up
had
on the
somebody
hill,
living in the house taking care of it for a while.
that gate up there.
The White House up on top.
Yeah, that gate's been.
That
locked,
gate
too.
hasn't been open. They don't really open it.
Right.
I will ask them to see if they know, but I'm pretty sure they know who it is. And maybe have a contact number for them.
All right.
I'll see if I can get it for you.
That's a bull heavy duty gate for 150. This is all
Wow, but
149.
they have it now. This one has this, it has a lower section. It's like a paneling.
So do you just want to go ahead and approve $300? So if you get to hold them, we can just get it, in 2 weeks.
This is similar to what the gate is.
All right, that's 125. That's at Ranch City. That's straight A's.
And it looks like it's like galvanized or something.
Yeah,
It's a shiny
yeah.
gate.
I mean, if we even approve up to $500, if you
Right,
get to hold of them,
right,
they
yeah.
can just go do it.
Right. The only situation we may run into is if you can't match exactly and we have to do it both.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that, it's not gonna be a crazy amount, but
Yeah.
500.
Oh, because the gates come together.
Yeah.
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 There's 2 gates.
Where do you want that paid out of?
General.
I don't know. How do you wanna do it?
Do we have
Do
insurance
you have
for
a,
that?
Brad, do you have a
You wanna-
discretionary fund or?
Do we have insurance for that?
I don't know that.
You have insurance
I don't
for
know.
it, but I
The
mean.
deductible won't even,
It's up to you guys what you want to do, because you're gonna have a deductible on the road
yeah, the
stuff.
deductible won't even.
I wouldn't turn.
You know, if it's just the gate, that one gate section, you're only talking $200 or $300 for the one side, but the worst case scenario, if you have to replace both sides.
Trust-
you have to-
Trustee Barron would like to make a motion to pay up to $600 with discretionary with Rodney, the road superintendent, once he gets hold of the owner, gets the gate unlocked. And if you make it under $600, let's get it done. If not, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
Trustee Pierce, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's straight A supply.
Straight A supply.
Straight A's.
Straight A supply.
They got thousands of gates.
Yeah, they do. They got a lot. They got holding tanks and all kinds of stuff.
But Brenda's gonna try and get on.
I'm gonna text somebody and see if they have it.
If you want to write this down, 9036 Leopard Road, Leopard Road Northwest in Malvern, Ohio.
What's behind the gate? Is it all grown up?
44644.
I think so.
Yeah,
Is there a driveway?
yeah. It's that big farmhouse that it's been abandoned for years. But that was the original driveway to that farm, and then they bought it all and built a
But
house.
that whole property's in like an environmental, some
Now
kind
that
of property thing.
we've talked about the gate, have we fixed the Huber?
The
The
roller
sorry.
was the one
The
that
roller, the roller was the one that broke. Have we
I-
fixed it or do we need a part for it?
I am trying to find a part.
Okay.
The only one I'm trying to get a hold of is Edelman's. I don't know who else to call. The last time it was repaired, it was just welded.
What brand is it?
It's a shoot, I forget, something
It's a
Roll-O-Matic.
yellow roller.
It's a linkage?
It's the linkage for the forward and reverse.
Right.
And that's all it is the bar comes back and the lever's on the hydraulic thing that just moves back and forth. And that's what broke the,
Could we have a machine shop just make it?
I don't know.
Is it like a
It's-
ball joint that broke loose?
No, it's the pin that's on top of the hydraulic and the lever kind of is supposed to just squeeze on it, but somebody welded it to the top of the pin. And that's what happened was
It broke off.
the part on the top broke off.
So
Yeah.
hydraulic. Yeah.
It probably could be welded again, but there's a seal there that once it gets too hot, that seal's gone.
The last guy that did some welding for us did a really good job on the arm, didn't he?
Randy, and you and Cliff ought to look at it because
Yeah.
Rodney showed me.
It's
but
out here.
It's so
Alright.
hard to, if you were to weld, it's right against that rubber bushing and right
I'll
on it.
look at it after the meeting.
Yeah.
We'll find a fix.
I didn't know if that guy did fabrication work or guy did a boom mower. If that guy-
I mean, yeah, if he
It
could,
sounds like he did a
Yeah.
nice job.
He might have an idea how to
How to
fix
fix
it
it,
with what's there.
Mhm.
All right.
Other than that, that's all I got.
All right. I'm gonna make a motion for the road department. Let's see, what's next Monday? That would be 31st.
Yeah, next month is 31st.
Trustee Puro makes a motion for starting on August 31st that our road superintendent operational hours will be from 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Then clock out and clock back in at 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. during regular school hours, during regular school days. And then the rest of the crew will move to a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift,
What'd you say the end of the superintendent's time?
2:30
Okay,
p.m.
I thought you said 2.
7 to 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
The rest of the crew will work a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift
Straight shift.
year round.
Trustee Varian second.
I want to add to the motion, anytime outside of school, the road superintendent will revert to a 7 to 3 shift. 7
Okay.
a.m. to 3 p.m. shift. Only on school time is when the alternate times are allowed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
That's it.
Anything else on your road report?
Oh,
We gotta spend some money.
Oh,
no.
that is a quote for sweeping up the chip and seal. That's on renting a
Oh, the
street
broom.
sweeper.
Oh. Rodney had a pretty good idea. He called me today, said, hey, we both work for a company that drove street sweepers. So somebody had recommended that Plain Township has a street sweeper. So I called Plain Township about possibly renting it. They have not got back to me with yes or no and a price. And then in the meantime, Rodney got a quote from Sunbelt. Last year we had, I don't know what the name of the company is, come out.
SCA.
They did 3 days and it costs more than what it would be for us to rent this for a week and do it ourselves in-house, and we could do more coverage and do a better job.
Yeah, because they were just doing intersections last time.
But
How does, the broom just pushes it around? We push it in a pile and scoop it with the front end loader?
It sweeps it up and dumps
Yeah,
it.
it sucks it up.
vacuums it.
It's the same way we do now, right, Rodney? The
Right, it would be
machine,
this-
you follow him around with the truck.
Yeah, we follow them with the truck and then they just dump. when it
Oh,
gets
so this
full.
isn't just a street broom that spins. This actually sucks it up and puts it in
This
the
is
truck.
the same thing that we were
Sweeps it up.
hiring,
Got it.
but we were.
But you just rent the machine.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
It's
run
not
it.
an attachment. It's a whole machine.
Right, it's a machine.
You
Got
drive
it. I thought it was an attachment. I'm sorry. Thank you. So it's $4.35 a day. So it is.
Yes, but the weekly
Weekly
for a week is
17.55.
$17.55.
Cool.
We don't have an account with them yet, so they put tax and everything on that, so.
Do they have to? They probably a delivery.
What's the
Yeah,
1,067?
1,067 is what it says.
That 1,060, oh, that's that is for everything that's on that paper as far as the delivery charge, the pickup charge, and what
I
there's
was gonna
some
say they're
sort
gonna
of,
deliver it. They're not probably let you hold it.
there's some sort of extra like,
Rental protection
Insurance.
plan. Yeah.
yeah, a protection plan.
So this on the back was probably for one day.
That is for one day, at the 1 day price.
Okay, where you
But
wrote
then the weekly
17.55.
price is the 17.55.
Is that with delivery and everything?
That's with delivery and pickup.
Okay.
Which they have experience operating them. So
They know how to run them. Yeah.
We're gonna get a lot better deal than we are hiring.
Can you run that if it gets wet? Like say if it's a rainy week, how's that work?
If it's raining, sometimes they don't work as good, but yeah, if it's a rainy week, I don't know, we'll have to discuss something.
You kinda
They can
plan
still
out.
sweep, but
Yeah.
sometimes it don't pick up as good if it's water low, you know?
Sometimes you can sweet talk these guys too.
Hey, Rodney, if there's a breakdown like they had, do they come out with a new machine and say, here?
I'm all about renting equipment and letting our guys run it. I think that's a great idea. And I think we can
Does
probably
that
save
ever-
some money.
Does
Yeah,
that
more.
rental price include the insurance on it? Because usually on
I think
rentals.
that's what that,
It says rental protection, $65.25.
Okay.
And, well, we're still waiting to see what Plain Township comes back. with.
right,
Yeah,
right.
great.
He should let me know by tomorrow. He was hoping to get back today, but he didn't get back.
Okay.
So we'll have more next.
Do we want to make a move on this? We're gonna wait.
Is that, what if you rent it on a Thursday? Or do you have to do Monday to Friday?
They said you can rent it from whenever you want, so I don't really, we're not locked in on any days yet. That was just something we
I was
discussed.
just looking at the forecast.
Right, exactly.
So I don't think we want it when it's gonna rain.
It
No,
would either be next week or,
Well, starting
Something.
Wednesday the 2nd.
it's supposed to rain next week.
I don't trust my phone.
okay.
Mine says rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Well, then we wouldn't do it on
Really?
next
What are
week.
you looking at?
Right?
Do you want to make a motion to move on this if you hear back from Plain, or do you want to wait for 2 weeks to meet again?
How are we on funding, Brian?
You're okay.
Well then, I guess we could make the call.
Yeah, make the motion, then if he needs to move on it, and then if we don't use the motion, we can, that's
Just,
okay.
just to let you know, your road program come in $6,000 less than what you approved. So
That helps.
that money,
Right.
once I unencumber it, it can be used immediately.
All right.
Okay.
The trustee Creel moves to rent a street sweeper to clean the newly chip and sealed roads, the excess gravel off, not to exceed $1,800 at a five-day rental.
Trustee Varian, second.
All in favor?
Aye. And if we don't use it, we use Plain, okay. We'll have to
Yeah.
get back together
Yeah.
on that, but,
Rodney, they text me that they will text me his number. Once I
Okay.
get it, I don't know if they're gonna send me the name or not, but I'll give you his phone number. Once I get it, I'll text it to you.
And I'll have to get with Brian anyhow about that because an account has to be set up with that Sunbelt once
Right.
we make a decision on what's going on.
Good. Well, it might not be a bad idea anyway, just to even get the paperwork and set up something for the future.
Tell me about the boat dropped off on Mapleton. What was that?
That was a
Got one to go
a
fish.
boat
Go
that
on
had
fishing.
the back end cut on all of it and someone just dropped it off kind of on the side and on the edge of the road on Mapleton Street, right there at Parker Farms.
Boats are hard to get rid of.
Yeah, the towing truck company gets stuck with it.
Who does?
The people that come and tow it away, they get stuck with that boat.
Who towed it away?
I don't know. I was talking to Rayber and I didn't even catch the name of the tow company. He was just telling me what happens to it.
Oh,
You know,
How
'cause
bad a shape was it?
it was actually a nice boat except for the motor and the back end been cut off of it. So they literally cut the
maybe it
motor
was
out
stolen.
and the back end and dropped the boat there.
Probably a good chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, it sounds like it was stolen. They took them over.
They ran the numbers on it and it came back to someone in Massachusetts. But that was back in 2017, so it wasn't a new registration.
All right, anything else for road? All right, let's move on. Zoning. Mary.
Since last meeting had one permit issued for an addition. Over on the nuisance side, Rodney let me know that there was some trash that looked like it was getting dropped off or piled up in front of the house on Sam Crable. So I sent out a letter today. I did a little bit of research from what I saw.
Is that the greenhouse?
Yeah, at the Sam Crable
Yeah.
one. From what I saw, the owners are both dead.
No, well, there's a sister.
Yeah.
And there's,
She's the one that boarded it up. I have no idea where she's at.
But I sent a letter to the address I had, see if we get anything. I'd probably go to the prosecutors or the health department. Speaking of prosecutors, the house there at Georgetown, at 12 in Georgetown, the triangle piece there that needs mowed, I would like to request that we pass a resolution deeming it a nuisance for the high grass and vegetation. That way I can work with the prosecutor's office to move forward to get it mowed.
Didn't we have record where he did this before with them?
did you see that the back half of that, the garage is already collapsed now? Garage is collapsed now on that property.
Trustee Puro moves to make 5048 Georgetown deem a nuisance to proceed with further steps because of high grass and whatever else is going on.
Trustee Griffith seconds, all in favor? Aye.
Do you need us to sign that or no?
I think it just needs filled out.
Okay.
And then Brian signs.
Great.
So everybody needs to sign one copy so we get this all through, right, Barry? Because it looks like we all have to have signatures on it. I can assign it a resolution number
Yeah.
to make it good. Everybody, we need one good copy.
All three trustees sign it
Some
though?
Yeah.
little blank lines
Yeah,
there.
it looks like all three.
I
Then
can show you
like
this.
whoever
All right,
makes.
do you
the
want to send,
motion,
are you
it's-
sending us yours, Brian? We're using this
Well,
one?
that's what I was gonna say. What one you wanna
That's
write?
fine.
I'm gonna write the resolution on top of it right now.
All right, we'll use Brian's. We'll use Brian's.
The other one on the other way of Georgetown has been mowed. I did reach out to the prosecutor's office about it, because he did ask about whether he could file for a variance for it. They came back, no, that's not a possibility. So he did mow it. I gotta call him back and talk to him though.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of change. Take that back. The land bank reached out. They're trying to get grant funding for next year. And there's a sizable chunk of grant funding out there. They were looking for properties again So I gave them the Indian Run property,
Great.
the one out there at 12th in Georgetown, and also the Sam Crable, just so the guy could number to try and get that money.
Great. That's wonderful.
Perfect. Anything else, Mary?
Thanks, Mary.
Move on to Old Township Business, Brian, BWC audit.
I just wanted to give you an update on how the audit went. Mary was here, I asked her to be here. It didn't go real well, but it ended up being very helpful and very good at the end. I felt like my patience with them and talking to all the head auditors, I think it paid off because I pointed some things out and they said, "You're right, Brian, we should have caught this in 2022. We basically were underpaying since 2018. And when I calculated that up,
Underpaying who?
the Bureau of Workers' Comp, we were underpaying based on the classifications that we have everybody in, which I didn't change, it stayed the same, but their rate changed and I didn't change based on, I hate to say this, but it was the fire department was the big hitter. And when I did my projection, now I didn't run this by the auditor, but if we would have been paying what we should have been paying, it's about an $88,000. We should have paid out over the period.
I was going to say not per year.
Yeah.
That's 18 to now.
Yeah, 18 to now.
Okay.
So when I did the analysis and then they said this should have been caught in 2022 and they didn't catch it. So I'm doing the same.
Did you have an audit in 22?
Yes,
Okay.
and that audit didn't catch it. So I kept doing the same thing I did all the way up, even up until this year of 26. And when the main auditor finally come back with all of them come back, they said that because you were basically, they said, consistent, you followed the rules, we're not going to make you pay any of that. Just moving forward, you have to.
Okay, so there's no
No,
back.
but I was happy to hear. That's why it started out kind of scary and bad, and it turned into be pretty good. Because I hate to say it again, it was the fire department that would have got nailed on the underpayment. Give you an example.
But not to the employees, just so we're clear, to the Bureau of Workers' Comp.
Yeah.
That's what was underpaid.
Yeah, what it was is when you, and anybody does workers' comp, every year you have to do a true up report versus a regular projected amount. And ours back in 2017 was in around the $14,000, $15,000 a year. Then you'd have the true up report, might be a few $100s. But starting in 18 on up is when the change happened. And then we were audited in 2022 and they didn't catch it, but we were only paying about around $6,000 a year.
Were they in the wrong classifications then?
Actually, we were in the right classifications. It's just
The
they
rate
had-
wasn't changed.
The rate wasn't
Have we
changed.
had any claims to workers' comp in those 8 years?
We had some back, and I don't know the exact year. We did have some like back, we had some
Yeah.
road ones back a couple years back. We
Okay.
had some in the fire department way back. But
right.
nothing that was like off time, just, you know, a little injury, a neck, a cut or something, and
Yeah.
everybody's back to work. But I was thankful that we were able to get that back. And I put down here, the state of Ohio administrator said that they should have caught it in 2022 because they didn't. And because I was transparent and consistent on my records, they were not going to penalize us for using the wrong code and or them for not catching it because they should have caught it in 22 and they didn't.
So is this all for our knowledge, or do we need to do anything?
No, you don't have to do anything. It's for your knowledge, but I will tell the fire
The
department.
salary's gonna go up.
that The Bureau, their department's gonna be about, instead of being $3,000 and $4,000 a year, it's gonna be about almost $20,000 a year or higher. on
For the Bureau of Workers' Comp
Yeah.
claims
That's a total.
or the premium?
That's the total. And back in 2018, it was around $13,000 prior to the decrease.
Okay.
I just need to project that in as we do. It isn't that big, Tom. I know you're sitting there in shock because I was too.
14 grand.
But the fire department was the one that was the hardest one.
Well, that's got the most employees.
Because you had, you know how you have volunteer versus the 24-hour shifts? All those things affected, and our payroll went up considerable from 2018 till now.
Yeah.
So the overall payroll, that's the biggest hit on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's what it is. I can't change anything because they only have, for EMS, fire, they only have 3 or there might be 4 codes because you could still have an office personnel at the fire department. But those 3 codes fall into place on the volunteer fire department. When I say volunteer, you volunteer your time or what you're going to work. I asked a question just hypothetically, full-time. They said, full-time, you're in the other bracket, which is a higher rate than what the volunteer is. So I just wanted to let you know I was scared to death when I heard that because I thought I made a mistake. And actually the mistake wasn't me as much as that in 22, they should have caught that the coding was wrong.
Because it automatically puts your rate in out there.
It automatically puts a rate in and their rate had adjusted. I don't know if anybody else had that happen. I didn't really ask the girls that were here. I had 2 auditors here and I've never had anything like that happen other than I know that when you find something like that, I'm just thinking, you know, I've already wrote the budget for next year, but that 18 grand roughly that'll affect it will be, it has to happen because that's the workers' comp. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
The only way you can keep your rates down, and I'm just doing this from my business side, is if you had all kinds of these drug-free workplace all these things and all these rules you'd have to follow. And I know our force, to make them all go through all those hoops, I wouldn't even want to suggest it, but it might not even be that big a savings either. I just know that I was happy, first scared to death, then I was very happy when they called back and they said the news that they made a mistake. They should have caught it. So in 22, the worst case scenario would have gave you the thing, hey, we owed something back in 22. But now it's like, okay, moving forward, I have to use the correct codes, which have the correct numbers. And it isn't that I keep saying I kept throwing myself under the bus that I picked the wrong thing. I didn't. I picked what they actually told me and they proved it in 22.
And it defaults in.
Yeah. That's why I think they're giving me the slap because they said you did what we should have caught the mistake in 22. So
Just know that.
So is it fixed now?
yeah.
Is it fixed now?
Yes.
So our
Okay.
payroll's going to be higher.
Moving
There
forward.
was supposed to be a kickback this year from BWC. Are we gonna
They're
get
also,
that?
yeah, you know, those kind of things always happen. If there's more money in the coffer or something, they give you a rebate or a larger rebate. But I haven't really pursued all that. I was just happy that we didn't have to go and bringing you bad news that we owed some money and we don't.
Okay.
All
But
right.
that's the good side of it.
I have something on old business for Sucos. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd like to ask Mary to help me with the project. So this piece of chicken scratch paper that I put together right here, these are all the signs that I feel are important. If you could help me with this, I'm going to give you this chicken scratch piece of paper. It's got my number on the bottom. You can call me. The first 4 line items are all just signs we can get online. Parking signs, private property signs, dawn to dusk, no trespassing. Those are easy. And I have like where I'd like them in the park. And then the other sign is like more specific to trustees managed, Sucos, like, you know, that's, so I'm going to give you my notes. And then when you're sitting in front of the computer and have a little bit of time, we can like order the generic signs and I can go and help put them up. And then we can have a conversation with the team about what we want the nice sign, the bigger sign that says whatever we want it to say, dawn to dusk, all of that kind of stuff. So if you don't mind, next time you have a chance, thank you. You can call me if you can't read what I put on there. Thank you.
So with that, you guys had told me to look at this grant that was available out there. that the county sent it out. And so I kept sending it back. Todd Hawk, send me the information on it. And there's a third party person he sent it to that said, send her the information. I didn't get it. So I went back to Todd again. Hey, I didn't get it. So he said, well, I'll check with the guy. So this took multiple weeks. Finally, the guy said, oh, the request was in my junk email. I think, don't you check your junk email? I checked my junk email. I don't know. I got it from you a couple of days ago. The thing's due September 1st, so there's no way we're going to get it done.
Oh, wow, okay.
But I believe it's something they offer every year from Muskegon Watershed. We're one of the counties that qualify. And there's 2 grants. The first grant, you have to request more than at least $25,000. And they put $1 million up every year.
Okay.
And it covers,
Roads, eh?
no, it covers trails, playground equipment, construction or expansion of anything, anything that supports outdoor recreation for people. It doesn't cover maintenance or anything like that.
Sure.
And then the second one, which I thought, well, maybe we can, but it ranges from $5,000 to $25,000. But both of those require a 10% match. And I know we talked about we didn't want to do a match, but if we are interested in either one of these, maybe for next year, we know the deadline now, it is going to require a 10% match.
Okay.
So I thought interesting if we could get the 10% match, which we wouldn't get $1 million because they're giving them out to multiple people,
Right.
but we might be able to get a couple $100,000
Right.
and have to put up like 20,000 for 200 and maybe get the rest of that trail put in.
Okay.
So we'll look at it again next year. Hopefully they offer it, but we can't make September 1st. You have to have quotes and everything.
Mhm.
So that's all I have in old business. And I don't see anything in new business unless anybody else had anything.
I didn't get the time to get this on the correspondence, but I got that from Todd.
Oh,
About
Yeah.
a reminder about.
he's good at emails.
Yeah,
This is September 17th is the next Stark County Township Association meeting. And they're asking that at least one elected official be present. And it's Lake Township Service Center is where they're holding it. I mean, as many as want to go can, but you have to have at least one person there. So we can talk about that the next time we meet to see who's going to attend and who isn't. So with that, you have something, Chief?
no, I was just giving them the signal.
With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn and pay
So
bills.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Mary, when it's time to like kind of look up some of those stuff.
Okay.
I'm thinking some of like the no trespassing signs down like by the place where the park is. Private property. There's have some notes in there, but a good portion of the signs we can order online.
Yeah.
And I was gonna give it all to Brian to order, but I figured if you have a couple minutes to look at that and see, and then we'll go buy some poles and we'll just put some of those generic signs up.
Mhm.
So.
Oh, we do have a sign company. Might give us a better price, but not on the generics. The generics are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Amazon or online.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big sign that's got a little more going on, I'd like it to, kind of cool if we could make the